You're lucky you didn't catch that. I was actually burping a lot because I was, oh shoot, I was was taking a big old drink of my Kickstart, and all of a sudden it started coming out really fast right before I was pressing the button. I was like, oh shoot. But luckily it was a quick one. Now it doesn't want to charge. I hope I didn't just screw it up. But anyways, I am back again. I want to say that it's been a great morning, because it has been. And I call it my morning because even though it's nighttime, this is when I wake up to go get ready for work and all that other stuff. So I guess I kind of change it up. But what I'm mostly happy for today is that I'm glad I have opportunities to help people in many different forms or fashions. Doesn't always work. It doesn't always help everything. But even if you don't accomplish your goal and you try, myself, I still think of it as a win, even though I lost. Of course, that may be different for the, many billions of different things that can happen in the world. But for the most part, I think I've done the best that I could. And sorry, I'm putting tape on my finger because I keep cutting my finger, and also my skin keeps drying out, and right by my knuckle, actually my finger opened up, so I have to make sure and put a band-aid on it. But at least I'm trying to help. My kids, people at work, mostly my kids, they since they've been home a lot more, of course, they're looking for help. See, my motor just went out. I don't know. Anyways, my kids are always looking for help. They're always asking questions, and it's pretty different for me because, of course, I'm not used to it. They're not always doing that, so I know that they're doing, for the most part, they're just trying to find a way to keep themselves from not being bored. But another way is that they're trying to, have their dad time without saying it, because they're getting a little bit older, and I know. They love their dad. I love my kids, and my wife has to sometimes step in if I'm spending too much time. Not like she said, no, you can't do this. Nothing like that. It's more like my kids will be like, or no, it's mostly my 12-year-old. But my 12-year-old will be like, Dad, you can play a game with me this weekend, on your weekend, and I guess it really depends on my wife's mood. If you like, say nothing, or she'll say, not the whole weekend. We got to do this and we got to do that, or be something. So it'd be our time. So she does it inconspicuous, without me knowing it, but I know. It's not that they want to spend time with me. It's that I don't get to spend time with anybody, and they spend time with each other more than anything. So I guess I'm the odd one out, the third wheel sometimes. Sorry. My kids want to, they're starting to want to learn how to get their vertical leaping abilities higher, and going through like YouTube and just showing them things that I already know. It's not gonna like help unless they do it, you know. And I'm glad I've seen them already, you know, attempting it without me really paying attention. I mean, I see it, but it's mostly just hearing, and I know if I'm looking, they might see me, so I don't want to like, I don't want them to think that, oh, they're not understanding what I'm saying or something. They want to think that they're figuring this out on their own, which is great, because they have to anyways. I can only tell them, you know, and they have to be the ones to you know, decide to do whatever it is to make themselves, you know, feel justified for doing what they're doing. You know what I mean? Like, they don't feel like it's working or nothing is going on. Either they don't have enough patience, or that enough time hasn't passed yet. Like, I mean, and then when you get to that point, it's just about readjusting and knowing what they're doing, so that way you can help them change. Now, that's not just like jumping abilities. That's a lot about just about anything. Because if someone's failing for a long period of time, it's always good to have like fresh eyes and ears to maybe help out. I'm not always like the best person or the best speaker, I guess you want to say. I mean, I'm not the best poet when I write or text. So like, even things, the way they come out in my brain, writing it is a different form, because I'm trying to kind of accumulate everything, and I don't know, like, explain, you know what I mean? Like, I can't write a 3-paragraph letter to someone to explain everything that I'm actually thinking. And so, for example, I would probably write like 2 sentences or 3 sentences to shorten it, and that's just how I've been. And luckily, you know, being on YouTube and wherever else I'm posting this helps me to kind of, I guess, get it open and elaborate a little bit more, so people can understand me. And it doesn't always work, and it probably will never always work, but hopefully in time things make sense. But my kids they're gonna be pretty sore by the beginning of next year, beginning of next school year. I'm gonna work them pretty good. Not like work, but I mean like stretching their abilities so they can get a little bit more athletic. Hopefully it works, but they're gonna be sore as long as they stick with it. I'm gonna get going here and do some little stretches and put the rest of this in my belly so I can go inside and go get my temperature taken. So yeah, I get paid extra 5 minutes a day every time I come to work. So that's what, 5 times 5, it's 25 minutes. It's almost a half an hour I get paid just to come into work too. That's pretty cool. Anyways, guys, I'll talk to you later. Have a great night. Stay safe.